Hi everyone, Rob here, and greetings from Wisconsin. We're continuing our For Science series, and for this week's installment, we're going to be testing Koenig Distillery's 7 Devils Straight Bourbon Whiskey. So we have Bob here, who's my neighbor, and he's actually agreed to help with the testing process. Now yesterday I tried to do it all by myself, and I thought a good scientific test would actually be to keep drinking until the Archer Queen started to make sense.
So what you're saying is this is your second bottle?
Unfortunately, we didn't learn much.
We did, however, learn exactly how much charcoal they need to pump into you.
As you may have picked up, I did have a couple of setbacks, but that's why I called Jim. He's an EMT, and he's actually my go-to guy for
EMT?
medical emergencies.
I'm a doctor.
You're not a doctor?
I do. I'm a scotologist, a phrenologist, and a freelance roaming gynecologist.
You got those degrees from a correspondence course from Mexico.
I do $20 operations in Tijuana at the Motel 6. I'm a doctor.
So anyway, I had to call Jim because he's kind of my go-to guy for any medical problems, I'll say.
I mean like the time that you thought Rogaine was for hemorrhoids and you had just so you can get your shorts on? Is that what you're talking about? Because it'll be the last time, mister.
So I'm glad I edit these things.
I can't believe you wanted PG-13 on this.
I can put it back in if you want me to.
So anyway, oh jeez. That requires a drink.
There you go.
Now, I am just a mid-level Town Hall 8, and I know not a thing. I've had the Archer Queen used against me, but I don't know a thing about the Archer Queen. But I've heard you rail on how stupid she is.
However much I rail against her, she is twice as dumb. I have an attack where the guy comes up. I benefited from it because I was the defender. But what ended up happening, because you know if you get 50%, you get a star, you win the battle. If you don't get the 50% or the town hall, you don't get squat, you've lost. Well, what ended up happening is it was an attack where she went around and literally we're at 49%. All she needs is 1 or 2 more shots of one of my mortars, and that would have given him the win. Except what ended up happening was my queen, or somebody came up and started pegging her. She stopped shooting the mortar and turned and started shooting a wall in order to get to my heroes. And meanwhile, I got cannons blasting her and she dies. And I win because it's 49% 0 stars. They came out with the update, and it was supposed to fix this. In fact, we had one attack where it was in war. The king came out, plunked against the queen a couple of times, and walked away. And she starts chasing him like he owes her child support or something. Meanwhile, there's buildings all over. In fact, on that attack, the town hall was right next to her. She could have just shot him. Forget the king. Shoot the town hall, you'll get the win. But she doesn't. The programming isn't set up for that.
That is actually some pretty damn good whiskey.
I have no idea what you guys are talking about, but I have gotten to the 43rd level of Frogger, and those semis are going past so friggin' fast that there's no way your frog can get out there without.
Idaho actually makes some of the finest potato-based whiskey you've ever had in your life.
Do you actually want that in, or is
No.
I was on dialysis once. Turned out just to be a VD test from some Taiwanese hooker I spent the weekend with.
Is that usable?
I have no idea.
Rubber baby buggy bumpers, rubber baby buggy bumpers, rubber baby buggy bumpers. I've been drinking and I can do it. What the hell's your excuse? Wow, lay off the water, dude.
At least slow down a little bit.
Way too heavy on the nitrates.
You got a rider in there.
Yeah.
A little extra protein.
I swallowed the fly.
Come on,
yes.
You ain't got nothing for that?
Hit it again. Archer Queen. Bruce Jenner took up bow hunting.
He doesn't seem like a bow hunter.
That's because he lost his arrow.